Some of the points Eddie Hearn raised today about you and your career and where you're at. I was looking at your record again today. I also noticed 10 fights, less than 2 years a pro. So what's the agenda for the third year?
The agenda is to move past British level. I'm working every day in the gym to get better and better decision making, and I've already handled big occasions, boxing at Wembley, boxing headlining the O2, headlining the York Hall, boxing in Kelbrook undercards. So in terms of that side, I've got that down. It's more about my techniques in the ring. So I'm working on them, and I'm going to step up European, fringe world level, former world title challenges, and go from there.
I mean, you've sold some fights very well. We've seen you look explosive. You've been in a couple of difficult fights which haven't been that entertaining. Not all your fault, certainly not. But have you got to blank out some of that criticism? I know you're involved in social media and everything else. Have you got to, as part of the learning experience, learn to ignore certain people when they say things?
It's a mix. I think that you have to be able to take it. You can't pretend it's not there, because it is there. But you have to be able to sort of filter out what's real and what's not. So what's real is the fight wasn't exciting. Some of my fights haven't been exciting. How do I change that? Am I capable of changing it? Am I good enough to change it? If the answer to those questions are yes, and I can, and then I do it moving forward. So that's where I'm at. About moving forward. I always look to see my favourite fighters: AJ, Canelo, Mayweather. What were their 10 fights? What were their 9th, 7th, 8th fights? We don't know. We don't remember. But mine have been under scrutiny, under the big stages. So what really excites me is I've managed to do this in 10 fights. What am I going to do in 20, 25? So I look forward to the fight I'm going to be. I can't wait to meet him, look myself in the mirror in 2-3 years and say, listen, you're where you're meant to be. But as for now, I'm just working towards that.
I mean, I think that's exactly the point. Some of you learning fights have been headliners. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, Eddie's talking about Dennis Lebedev, who's obviously a seasoned champion. Someone who would introduce an element of risk in terms you'd come out victorious. Do you need a bit of that? You've talked 100%. About it just to light your fires.
100%. So when I boxed Chamberlain, it was a 50-50 fight on paper. Watkins, a 50-50 fight on paper. Askins, if anything, Askins should have been the favourite going in, where he was an experienced pro. But let's say it's 50-50. I went through all of those. So now it's about, I don't think no one's going to win. I think that's the next level that I need to push on to make it so I can't, let's say, for example, smother, because the guys are too good. I have to work on boxing, maintaining distance, what to do on the inside. So I look forward to it.
Alexander Usyk may well move out of the division. Do you have mixed feelings about that? I mean, he's the marquee name at cruiserweight, and yet it could fragment the titles, which could leave you well placed by the end of 2019.
Yeah, it's a mixed emotion. Obviously, you don't want to focus too much on one man. That's the positive of him potentially moving up and the titles getting the linkage. But obviously, it would be nice to potentially beat someone like that. But you never know. Obviously, I'm 26 at the moment. He's not that much older, so you never know what can happen in 2 years, depending on my development. But it's a fight that I definitely believe I have the potential to win, but I need to put in the right performances in the ring so that the fans and my promoter believe it, not just within myself. And even also to prove it to myself, if I can beat a Lebedev who's a southpaw at a high level and another fringe world level and maybe pick up a world title, then I say, yeah, let's do it. So yeah, I look forward to this year, getting up the experience of a higher level, and then 2020, as I said, I'm winning the world title.
Okay, just finally, let's talk heavyweights, and maybe one day you'll build into that. I'm sure your trainer thinks you can. You helped out Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder. You've obviously worked out with Anthony Joshua as well. How do you see that scene by the end of this year? Do you hope that you get resolution by the end of 2019? And is Fury underrated?
Not underrated. I mean, from his last fight, everyone sort of rates him. So I feel like that fight showed what he's about. So I didn't believe he was about any of that until I went to training camp with him. So in training camp, I saw everything that we saw on fight night. So I knew what he's capable of, and I believe I helped as well. So it was good. Will there be resolution? I don't think 2019 is a year for resolution. Everyone would love it to be, but there's not enough time, not enough dates to make Wilder Fury, Fury Wilder, Joshua Wilder, Joshua Fury. So there should be some resolution. Hopefully there's a conclusive winner out of Wilder and Fury, and then AJ boxes them. I mean, then everyone gets to see, and I get to be part of that night where I box an undercard and my heart's in my mouth as I watch him fight someone else.
Is there a clear favourite now between Fury and Joshua if they boxed in April? Eddie Hearn saying it could happen.
In April, that would be sick. Wow. Is there a clear favourite? No, I think it's a 50-50 fight. Even from my point of view, obviously I'm Team AJ, so AJ is going to win. But you know, it is a good fight. Stylistically, obviously Fury will pose problems to AJ, and AJ will pose problems to Fury. So it's who's mentally strong enough to impose himself on the fight.
Good luck for every second. Thank you. Lovely seeing you. God bless.